You're watching DIYNate. If this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to my weekly content. All right, today on DIYNate, we are taking a close look at a Bissell Powerforce Bagless Vacuum. And this is actually an acquisition from a rental property that I picked up along the way. And I use it kind of in my downstairs basement to kind of make sure, you know, we've got something to access without having to tote a vacuum around the house all day. But what I am noticing when I power it on, and you can listen to the lovely sounds here, I'm getting zero suction from underneath. So we're going to take a little bit look at maybe what's going on here, see if we can figure it out. So I'm probably going to be detaching some hoses and taking a look around and seeing if we can figure out where the blockage is or what's driving the problem, or maybe if it's something in the suction or on the roller ball. So we'll see. We'll take a look and give it some troubleshooting steps. Let's give it a couple of checks. The first thing I always like to check is the most common area that things get blocked up, and that's in the hose. Inevitably, it can be things that are clogged up in your hose. Take a good look in there, seeing if we've got anything that just jumps out at us. There's a bang or two, it'll get you some action. In a dark black hose, hard to see. I can already see in this section right here, I think I've got at least one little thing in there that I'm probably going to have to clear out. So we get a screwdriver, just being careful not to puncture the hose or do any damage here. We're just going to try and get whatever it is that's causing us some problems right there, right out of the gate. Let's see if we can get it. So there's a pretty good size chunk of debris. I don't think that's the full issue though, because if it was, that would be pretty bad. But what I am going to do, I'm going to check it by hitting this and seeing if I've got suction up here, down here, what's going on. We have suction right here, so that's a good sign. That tells me at least I've got suction coming in here, obviously nothing down here, and it's sand. So I'll hit this back up. See the jet spinning, so I feel pretty good there. I think I've also got the filter on incorrectly. So this part, it looks like I may have had the filter turned the wrong way, or whoever the last person was to mess with it, which was probably me. And so I'm going to do a quick clean of this. I've taken the two pieces apart here and dumping. There's a little filter here. Might as well clean it while I've got it out. I believe I can just simply, I don't know if this guy turns it all off. Yeah, he does. So you twist him to one side. You know, he's seen better days. Pretty gross. We've got a lot of dirt around the side, and we can probably peel this guy off and give him a rinse. Make sure that we're getting this guy back to normal. A lot of times, a good opportunity to bang it out a little bit as well. Being a bagless vacuum here, you don't have a whole lot of other problems. There's something out here in the top channel too. Kind of is bothering me. It looks like a pen or pencil is hanging out at the top. So I'm going to take this part of the filter off. See if I can get my hand up here. See what's made its way up there. It's like a pin of some sort. Probably not helping anybody having that problem there. I'm just taking a look around to see if there's anything else blocking up the wind tunnel there. Down here too, there's a little piece of filter. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. And I think you may have seen this on part of one of my other videos, but I'm actually going to apply a vacuum on vacuum technique by using my shop vac to vacuum out my other vacuum and kind of clean it up a little bit. I do want to be careful I don't suck up this filter, so I'll hold that down while I'm working with it.
For this, you can see me using my shop vac to really clean out the filters and really just grabbing any particles and any extra loose debris. This vacuum had a lot of wear and tear on it over the years, so using that shop vac to really clean it out and get the other parts just cleaned out without having to get too detailed in how I clean it. If you don't have a shop vac, there's a lot of other ways, a wet rag or other things you can use.
Concerns me a little bit when I'm running this thing. I'm pretty sure the underside is not spinning. I think what I'm going to find is there's probably a broken strap underneath the broken band. I want to take a closer look and see if I can get to that and see what I need to do there. Usually it's easy is finding the right rubber band to fix it, but possible something else is preventing this from turning. My guess is there's probably missing let me show you for reference what I'm talking about. I think you can see it from there. So most likely there's something going on here. Probably a band of some sort if this has one, or might just be jacked up a little bit. We'll have to look it up and see what the For this part, we're actually taking off the underside here. You're going to take the 4 things off, and always a good idea to unplug before you go too much further, since we're going to be working with the motor here. And I'm going to take the underside off here, so we're going to see what's going on with our belt. If it's loose, if it's broken, if it's whatever it might be. But whatever the case, we're pretty sure the motor is not able to turn it because something is probably wrong with the belt. Let's make sure that assumption is correct though. So we're going to take this plate off, our screws to the side. And, okay, so now we're looking at it, and there you go. That is our problem right there. Belt is completely popped, so we know that that's not going to do us any good. And with that, we'll have to find a replacement. This is a size 10. You can see that's not going to do anybody any good. So I could be repairing this all day and not have the solution. So I'm going to clean it out again, hit it with a vacuum, and see if I might have a belt laying around. I am in my workshop. You never know what you'll find. You can also take this spinning roller wheel here off, and cut off the here and other stuff. Come through and cut that. Some of this plastic that's wrapped around here. Other stuff going on. And while we're at it, hit it with the shop vac one more time. Alright, let's do an important lesson for everybody out there who might be like me and manage your workshop, just kind of throwing things wherever they might go. I am confident I have a vacuum band, probably even a size 10, somewhere in my workshop. That being said, it's not worth the trouble of finding it because my workshop is so disorganized. I'm going to have to buy another one. It really frustrates me, but it is what it is. So, kind of annoying. I know I'm going to find it about 5 minutes after I hit order, but the reality is if you don't keep a clean workshop, you lose your stuff that you need when you need it. And it's great to have all the parts in the world and everything that you can find, but man, it's frustrating when you need that one cord and that one part and you don't have your workshop clean and organized. So okay, for this repair, we've got it unplugged so that we're not going to electrocute ourselves when we're working on our vacuum. We're going to take the Bissell, we're going to flip it upside down here, and we're going to then open it up. And what I've got going on here, I've got a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and I've got my Ryobi driver here just to make this a quick job. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. You can use a ratcheting screwdriver, a regular screwdriver, whatever you might like there as well, just to make this job quick. If you don't have a driver or a drill with a cordless drill, you can see how quickly you just make short work of that. Not a whole lot of hand turning happening there. So we're taking the bottom off. And you'll see the broken belt. I've already taken the broken belt off since I had to order the part. So I know that that's my problem here. And in this vacuum here, I'm going to give you as good a shot as I can give you. But down here, there's a rotor that'll wrap around our wheel here. And so we're going to put that together. And I'm going to give you the best view I can. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our vacuum. And as I mentioned, I'm sure I have one in my shop somewhere, but inevitably I don't keep my shop clean enough to be able to find what I need when I need it. So word to the wise, make sure your keeping your shop clean, and hopefully I'll put this in the right place. I actually have a box for appliance parts, and that's where I'm going to put this this belt for future use. And so then I'm going to go ahead and take this belt and I'm going to wrap it around here, try and get my fingers in, and go ahead and get it around that post there. Once you've got it somewhat wedged in there, make sure you get it nice and lined up. You might have to do a little bit of manipulating to get it in there to make sure it's really wrapped around there well. It's a tight space, and with bigger fingers it's hard to do that. A screwdriver can help as well. And so now we're going to take this part, this little track out of here, and we're going to pull it forward a little bit. And this is where you're really going to have to stretch and put a little muscle in it to make sure you get it doing what you need it to do. And I'm going to pull that around there. Once we've got it on, there you go. Now it's on there pretty well. And this is really where the force comes in. You're going to have to make sure you force it into position, and it'll latch in there, but it's got some good tension to it. And once you get it in place, it snaps right in. You do want to make sure that you don't have it rubbing against anything in the inside, because that'll wear your vacuum out a lot quicker. There's a little piece of plastic right here, if you can see that I want to make sure it's not catching. And then you can turn it a couple times to really make sure you've got that rubber band around. It's going to want to kind of move back to the center. We're in good shape there. So that's as simple as that repair is. Now I'm going to try this without to make sure it's ready to go. I'm going to turn it on while I've got the pieces apart, just to make sure I've done the job the way I need to do it, so you can get a feel for, is it going to work? I do a lot of testing with projects like this to make sure that while I'm in midstream, I don't want to find that I've put everything back together and the job still isn't done, and then you have to redo everything. So I'm going to hook that back in there. We're going to push our power. The belt's been replaced. Feel really good about that. That should do the job. I've also cleaned out the tubes in it, and so the vacuum is ready to go. So this is a vacuum that's rescued for about $5 off of Amazon is what I paid for the belt, and I have an extra belt for another vacuum project in the future that hopefully I'll be able to find it next time, since I now have yet another vacuum belt. I'm going to put the pieces back together here, knowing that I've accomplished the belt change. Went as well as I would expect. Very easy project to do, something you can easily DIY. And you'll also find people will throw out their old vacuums because they broke a belt, and they won't realize exactly what's wrong with it sometimes. So this can also be a great way to pick up a street find when somebody leaves one out by the trash. It's a really good chance it's a belt that's popped. How did I determine it was a size 10 belt? Well, I looked actually on the front of this vacuum. Many vacuums do a pretty good job of this because they have things that it talks about. It says uses style 10 belts and filters. So that is how you clean a Bissell vacuum there, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do me the favor, I would really greatly appreciate it if you would like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff that comes along with watching YouTube videos. Hopefully you found this helpful. Again, if you're interested in ordering any products, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can order your belts or whatever else you might need for your other projects. Again, really appreciate you watching, and have a great day.